thank you. We're looking forward to a very heated discussion, and I can already feel the heat building up, so it's very hot. So, and I'll start by asking you a question. So, what is your favorite domain name? Do you have any? Oh, that's a domain, top-level domain. I'm asking about domain names.
CyberChess.LV.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Surely you can like your own website, well, any domain name that you use frequently. My favorite, I really like to see people using domain names very creatively. For example, I love domain name Go-To. It's the country code top-level domain of Tonga. And of course, we use a similar address for URL shorteners in Latvian. It's EUZ, and it translates exactly that, Go-To. But in this case, UZ is at the top-level domain of the Republic of Uzbekistan. Another example of very creative approach, if you go to Origo, that's a city terminal, you'll see Ziedu Guru, which could be translated into English as Flower Guru. And I must say that perhaps I'm the only one, even in my team, who recognizes this as a domain name. But I really love the approach when people use all opportunities very creatively. And of course, I love all .lv domain names, especially when people use them actively, when they use them for their websites, for their email addresses, and when they put those websites and email addresses on their cars, on their trucks, in any other ads that they are using. And of course, I love when people register domain names. So the more domain names they register, the better. And actually, for me, it doesn't even matter if those are .lv domain names. Of course, I would prefer everybody to choose .lv, but it really doesn't matter because people need to use domain names instead of their social network pages. So how people can express themselves creatively. You know that first there was a word. And when we talk about the words on the internet, we talk about top-level domains. And of course, everything started with generic top-level domains, or GTLDs, like com, net, org. And for some time, that's what we had. Then we started using country code top-level domains. So those are two letters according to ISO 3166 standard. And then in 2012, all of a sudden we got a bunch of new GTLDs. And we also, new GTLDs that let us express ourselves more freely, like flower.guru. And you can choose from all those domain names, and of course, all those top-level domains. And it's getting more and more difficult for people to see, to decide where to go, what to use, what not to use. But somehow people, again, they continue expressing themselves. Next step is something that I wanted to mention while I'm setting up the stage is those are internationalized domain names, IDNs. And here you can see all 62 IDN CCTLDs registered for different countries and territories around the world. Actually, for 43 countries and territories, they use 62 CCTLDs in their own language. And that actually gives more than 3 billion people around the world possibility to use the internet in their own language. I'm not saying they do, I'm just saying that this is the way they can use it. And so today, if we look at the number of domain names registered today, so the latest DNS industry, domain name industry brief from VeriSign, they count 362 million domain names. As you can see, majority of those are registered in legacy GTLDs. Those are 17 GTLDs that we used to have before 2012. And more than 170 million are registered in .com and .net. Then 34 million in new GTLDs and 140 million in under country code top-level domains, not just those 2 letters, but also IDN, so we count everything there. So what to expect next? Well, somewhere around 2026, we might expect a new expansion of the G space, meaning that we'll have new GTLDs plus even newer GTLDs. No idea what those might be. Maybe you have, but you didn't have your favorite domain names either, so my hopes are not too high. But if you do have an idea, so yes, you could apply and get your own top-level domain. So we might have even more top-level domains in the future. Or maybe not as many as we want. So no idea. No idea. Nobody knows what to expect from the I call it newer round of GTLDs, but well, let's wait and see. But speaking about all the other things that evolve around DNS, oh, there are many, many things that we could talk about. Does it give you more choice? Definitely yes. Governments want to interfere more and more. So it gives us more regulations, and well, NIS2 to name a few. Social media definitely is one of the threats for the addressing system, because sometimes companies prefer to use their Facebook or Instagram pages instead of their own websites. DNS abuse, of course, is something to worry about. More cybercrime, because cybercriminals also get more and more sophisticated. They use AI tools, they have new approaches, and of course, no matter how hard we try to tackle DNS abuse and all related issues, well, we're always behind. We're catching up, but probably cybercriminals will come up with some new things, and they definitely will come up with new things. So if we look at the traditional DNS, of course, again, we can talk for hours about that, which is something that people usually are very surprised about. They say, what to talk about when those are domain names? It's half an hour and that's enough. No, we can talk for hours, for days, and maybe even longer, as some organizations clearly could agree with. So what to expect? Will we get new players? Definitely yes. I know that some really want to join this game and get their own top-level domains. We also definitely will see some new groups of cyber criminals abusing the system, finding new ways to abuse the system. At the same time, we might see a lot of consolidation on the market, because regulation, or the burden of regulation, it really triggers well, some response, and we need to see how to implement all those requirements. And I suspect that many smaller registrars, well, smaller registries definitely will struggle, I can tell you that. Small registrars also will suffer. The registrars, those are the companies that offer domain name registration services to their customers. And they have to follow all those requirements set by legislators. And that's not an easy thing. So I suspect we will see some marriages between registrars, or maybe I should say that bigger registrars just will swallow those smaller ones. And that actually would be it will be a pity. I will be really sorry to see many smaller registrars going out of business just because they can't follow all the rules, all the requirements. Another interesting thing that happened after the first round of new GTLDs was this shift of power. If, when we had only 17 GTLDs and more than 250-something CCTLDs, registrars were fighting among themselves who will offer the largest numbers of TLDs for their customers. Nowadays, with more than 1,500 top-level domains, they are not so eager to get more and more TLDs on their portfolio. What they do the opposite. Now they realize that we have the market power, and we will choose which GTLDs to offer. We have a limited space of screen real estate, so we can't feature all TLDs. So we can choose which ones to show, to offer to our customers as the primary product, which again means that they have the power and they can ask for example, ask for money. You want to be on our front page. You want our customers to choose your domain name. Sure, pay us. So that's, it is a shift on the market, and well, we'll see how it evolves. Well, definitely it will get more and more difficult for especially smaller CCTLDs like ourselves or smaller GTLDs. So how to fight for the interest of internet users? Maybe, for example, by offering a safer place for their business. For example, by fighting DNS abuse. Okay, nowadays everybody fights DNS abuse, but probably, again, we need to think of new approaches how to do that. So being traditional, yet very approachable, very creative. So will we see more domain names in the future? Well, that's a very good question, because, again, as I said, very many people prefer Facebook, because it's easy to set up a page there. Really easy, like that. But it's also very easy to lose it. And actually, not so long time ago, a month or so, for no particular reason, Facebook just took down our page of NIC.LV. They just said, it's been disabled. Why? Why? What happened? We haven't done anything wrong, like really anything wrong. And we said, no, there's no reason to do that. They said, oh, sorry, it's up again. Well, good for you. Thank you very much. So, of course, something similar can happen to your website. Somebody can hack it. Somebody can emulate it. But the same happens on social media. So I think that one of the issues that we need to solve is how to make DNS simpler and easier for end users. And probably the one of the... Okay, those are the questions I could think of. I'm sure that you will have many other questions. But will all these changes that we see only with new GTLDs, with new IDN CCTLDs, with the rise of DNS abuse, with fight against DNS abuse, with regulatory requirements, verification of end users, Yeah, well, the days when we could just go online and register a domain name, they're over, because NIS2 will ask us to prove that, yes, that's us. That's me who wants to register this domain name. And all those registries and registrars will have to take all your details, will have to verify them. And that's an additional burden for end users. So the question is, will all these changes result in happier, safer users? And not just users in terms of domain names, but also users in terms of ordinary internet users. So how will it evolve? So what we'll see in the future? I'd say your guess is as good as mine. So maybe we can see some evolution of DNS.
Yes, we should talk about Web3 domains.
Oh, please.
Absolutely. I know that ICANN doesn't like it. I know that ICANN doesn't like Web3 domains.
Be careful, be careful. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Katrīna.